morning to all. I am Dr. M.V. Krishna Rao, Professor from Computer Science Data Science Department of Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today, I am going to start a series of lectures on data wrangling with Python. And before that, I start my first lecture by giving some introduction to data and data science. Basically, the data wrangling is a part of data science and data analytics. So I would like to introduce you about the data and the related sciences. So here, first I define what is data and information, and what is knowledge and wisdom, and what is DAKW pyramid, what is the nature of data, what are the different specializations of data study, and my focus is only on the data. So related sciences and engineering topics I discuss, and the data sources where all this data comes from, and OLTP versus OLAP. This is a data processing, the types of data processing here. So this is my first lecture contains these topics. What is data? And I give here the Oxford Learner's Dictionary's definition. So the definition is like this. The facts are information, especially when examined and used to find out things or to make decisions. So it is basically the facts examined. That means it is a conscious collection of the data. It is not the spontaneous collection of the data. You have a plan for that. You collect some facts, some information, and to find out things and to make decisions. This is what is data, according to the Oxford Learner's Dictionaries. Then Google English Dictionary says the facts and statistics collected together for reference or further analysis later. So this is, I would like to, I have seen several definitions on the web, and here I frame a bit better definition for the data. So that can be taken like this. The data can be defined as a systematic measurement of a physical quantity obtained from a scientific experiment or a collection of facts obtained through a social experiment. So basically the data comes from experiments. You have to do some experiments, real-time experiments, and these experiments can be scientific experiment, that means well planned for certain purpose and to measure some quantity, some physical quantity. It can be in physics or chemistry, or it can be in any other engineering domain. So that is called scientific experiment. Then another one is social experiments. You want to survey something. It could be the opinion poll, or it could be the public opinion on some topics. Okay, so this is the kind of two experiments here, scientific experiment. So I read the sentence again. The data can be defined as a systematic measurement of a physical quantity obtained from a scientific experiment or a collection of facts obtained through a social experiment. This is what I believe. Broadly speaking, data can be qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative means you can say good, satisfactory, excellent, like that. Okay, some grades are there in that one, but you cannot give any, probably directly you cannot measure it basically. Okay, quantitative measurement is not possible. And here, quantitative means it is the measurement of a temperature or length of some metal piece after heating, before heating and after heating. So that kind of quantitative measurements here. Then what is information? So basically data is you can call it as a data. It is a collection of some figures. And what it means, we don't know. We have just collected and kept it there, and we don't know what it means. What for we have collected, we know. So ultimately what we have to do, we should get some information out of that one. So what is the definition of information? Facts are details about somebody or something. So this is some kind of encapsulation, some kind of extraction of some. This is about the data. You are getting some something about somebody. Okay. Then facts. This is according to Oxford Learner's Dictionary. According to Google's English Dictionary, the facts provided or learned about something or someone. These are through. You have, that means you have to put some effort on the data to get the information. That is the meaning of that. So the word comes from the word information comes from the Latin word informatio, meaning formation or conception. How you are conceiving the facts, how you are understanding the facts. Basically, how you are understanding the given data. That is what is called. Then I would like to add my own definition here. I believe a little bit better, probably. And that is, my definition is, information is an organized form of data. And information is an organized form of data that can be understood by human beings. Ultimately, it should be understood. If you cannot understand anything, you have some collection of data, some figures, numeric figures, or some text, something which do not serve any purpose. The purpose of the data is to get some insights into that, to understand some process, some system, something like that. Okay, so that's why I have added this. Information is an organized form of data that can be understood by human beings. So it is also data. I should say that it is organized data, basically. The moment you organize means you are applying some effort on that one. You are trying to get something. You have just started getting some insights into the meaning of the data. It is basically meaning of the data. Then, of course, this is some kind of, this is also very useful for our data science. If I want to define data science and other related subjects. Here, what is knowledge? The information, understanding, and skills that you gain through education or experience. So you have through education, formal education, or it can be through your own experience, or it can be several sources, basically. So what is the additional thing here? You got some skills also here. You have added information. You got the information already, and you understood that information. That means what for that information is useful, why you have extracted that information from the data, all those things you are aware. So you have some additional skills here. So that you gain through your education and experience. You must have gained that through your education or experience. That is what is Oxford's definition. And facts, information, and skills. There is another definition, Google's English Dictionary's definition. That is facts, information, and skills required through experience. Acquired. Facts, information, and skills acquired through experience or education. Almost same, both definitions are same. The theoretical education, theoretical or practical understanding of a subject, of a topic. So that is what is. So basically, additionally, what is there here? Facts means data here. Then information means information. Just now we discussed. Then skills means knowledge. So basically, you acquire based on the data, based on the information, you have to acquire some skills. So then you can say that you are knowledgeable. Somebody says that you are knowledgeable. Then wisdom. So this is the ultimate purpose. This is the fourth level of the pyramid, basically. I'm going to show you that. So here there are two definitions again. According to Oxford, it is the ability to make sensible decisions and give good advice. That means you have the data, you extracted some information out of that, and you acquired some skills. Now you are capable of doing something addition than that one. So what is that one? Ability to make sensible decisions. Their decisions must be meaningful decisions. There should not be foolish decisions. There should be useful decisions, sensible decisions. That is the kind of thing. Okay. So they should be well appreciated. They should give advantage to the society, advantage to somebody, advantage to organization, something like that. Okay. And give good advice to an organization or people because of experience and knowledge that you have. Okay. That is what it is. Second definition is the quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment. And for me, this appears more appealing to me, basically, because Here you have experience, but what kind of experience? There should be quality in anything you do. You collect the data, the data should be quality. When you do an experiment, the experiment should have a quality. So a quality is an additional parameter and most important parameter of anything, any activity you do. So here you gained experience, but what? There should be quality in your experience, rightness in your experience. Okay, enoughness or sufficiency in your adequacy. All those things are required. If you just say, I have some experience, but what for? What is the degree of level, degree of quality? Okay, so that is the quality of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. That means some people are good judges, some people are not good judges. I mean, some good decision makers, efficient or inefficient, you can say good or bad. So some people judgments are appreciated, some people's decisions or judgments are not appreciated. So that is where the quality comes into picture. So the moment you have the quality, you are above everything. You are a philosopher, you are some kind of philosopher, and you got the wisdom. So that is what is the wisdom here. So these are the 4 definitions, fundamental. All the are very much related. I am going to show you the DAKW pyramid: data, information, knowledge, and wisdom pyramid. So this is a popular pyramid, and here this is the source. I took it, and the bottom is data. This is the raw data. Out of that, you are going to extract some information, some meaning. You are deriving some meaning out of this data. Just dumping the data in our brain or in computer memory doesn't serve any purpose. So you have to extract the meaning of this data basically. So that means you have understood this data, you have understood some kind of relations in this data, some kind of associations, some kind of meaning. Okay, so this meaning, data you won't express to others. Data only you use for your analysis, for your understanding purpose. The moment you got information, this is the information which you are going to pass in different ways to the environment or to the other people. So here basically gathering the parts. So different. It is something like a learning words in a dictionary, or when a child acquires word by word vocabulary when he or she was very young. And researchers, for example, when you take another side, and this is contest. This is a contest, and you do a lot of research, and you got some need for some data. You collected some data, and information is basically you applied some effort on this. You got this one, and from information, as I told, and other side, if I take contest, connection of parts. Here, gathering the parts, you are trying to connect these parts. So, as I told you here, associations. What kind of associations they have? Why this word has come after this word? What is the relation between these two words? So, like that, or two data. So, this is what you have, the connecting the things. So, you understood something. Now it is some kind of usable format, and at least one level of usability is there in this. Then third comes knowledge. So using this information, you have to apply this information. You have to, after understanding this one, you have to acquire the whatever experience you got, whatever information you have to interact. Using this one, you interact with environment or people. This is what interacting. During that time, you acquire the skills basically. Okay, you collected the data, you understood the data. Now you want to apply the things which you to gain knowledge. So that is what is knowledge here. And don't confuse this knowledge with the Bloom's taxonomy knowledge, because actually Bloom's taxonomy knowledge, that is at the bottom level. So this pyramid is different from Bloom's taxonomy pyramid. Please don't mix up this knowledge word with the remember level or some understanding level. Okay, so these are totally different. This knowledge is a basically technical definition, and it is a very limited definition in computer science basically, especially when we talk about data science. So this is the purpose of using this one basically. Okay, then from this knowledge, that means you acquired, you interacted using these meaningful things. You learned these meaningful things. You interacted with the environment or society. You gained skills. You understood deeply understood the process. So why this data is this much meaningful? That is the insight into the data. So you have gone deep into the data. First deep into the information, and you did some experiments. Interacting means again you did some experiments based on this. Then you acquired. Then you formed an opinion. That means you have analyzed the total situation. You have understood the total situation, analyzed it, evaluated it. Then you have reached a stage where, as a whole, what is it? This one. What is the process going on? What is the natural principles involved in this acquiring of this knowledge or skills? Basically, that is what is formation of the whole. And other side, you have interacted. Okay, this is the more you do research, afterwards you interact with this, then wisdom. You are reflecting yourself. That means your knowledge. You started using your knowledge to solve some problems, to give some. Basically to solve some problems very efficiently. Okay, very efficiently in acceptable way to the society and to the environment also. Okay, so that is what is the wisdom. So you are reflecting your knowledge or as a whatever is there, and here formation of a whole. So this is the ultimate philosopher. This is something like information. If I say bachelor in technology, BTech, knowledge means MTech, master in technology, wisdom means doctor of philosophy, PhD in engineering. So these are the levels basically. So when you are at a PhD level or wisdom level, what it means is when you are given some topic, you should not say that it is not my topic. You should be able to study, understand on your own. You have the capability to switch over from one field to another field, one topic to another topic. So you are a philosopher basically. You can wander. You can just come into one topic and go out of the topic and again enter into another topic, another domain. All those things you have acquired the skills. Okay, so you are able to reflect your knowledge, reflect your skills to solve the real world problems. Different. So basically, you should be, the moment you say that you are a doctorate, you should be interdisciplinary. There is no specific doctorates, only electronics doctorates or computer science doctorate, nothing like that. You at this stage, you have the capability to understand anything you read, anything somebody explains to you, you are in a position to understand. So you are a philosopher basically. So that is where you are sitting here. So in data science terminology, the moment you get the wisdom out of this data, in terms of data science, that means you are capable of solving the problem. A business problem you can solve, an academic institution's problem you are able to solve based on this data. It could be a result analysis. It could be attendance analysis. So you got into this one. Now you are in a position to suggest to the administration that what you are supposed to do to achieve the company's or institution's goals. So that is what is wisdom. Then coming to the nature of data. So we talked so many things about the data, and everything is built on the data. Everything. If I remember, I have seen a friend in a railway station after 20 years, I recognize my friend. So it is because of the data which was stored in my brain. So everywhere there is a data. The form of data may be different. The storage media may be different, but whatever we perceive, whatever we store, whatever we remember, everything is same. So let us come to in terms of the computer data. That means the data which is to be processed by the computers, not by the human beings. Okay. So that's why if I talk in terms of the data, computer data, I use the word bytes. Okay. 8 bits means each 1 byte. So we have every day we generate with all this social media and even you can take even OTT platforms of videos and YouTube and social media, other social media and other institutional portals and all those things, hospitals, everything taken together. Every day you are generating more than 2.5 quintillions. Quintillions means 10 to the power of 18. 2.5 multiplied by 10 to the power of 18 bytes every day data you are going to get. What are the modalities? Different types. It can be numerical data, raw numerical data, which has no meaning unless you extract the meaning out of that. Then text data, it can be pictures or images, it can be speech, it can be audio, it can be video, it can be radar data, it can be communications data, and so on. You can extend this list to 10, 20, 30 like that based on your exposure to your experience. Okay, so this is what you have. If I say you are talking about 5G, 6G, so a lot of information you can collect, and to improve the communication systems, here to design radars for electronic warfare, so that kind of, and to do some multimedia processing, everything, this kind of data. Okay, so different modalities of data. Then, so what is happening? The business, it can be business or it can be scientific also, or any other. It can be business or scientific or any other community today wants to get insights into this data to promote their businesses or services. If it, even the academic institutions also, what kind of specializations are available for the students in the career? What are the new developments going on? So where different world top institute, top universities are working. So what is the knowledge we are supposed to give to our students? All those things comes under data. And so when I say scientific, it can be academic also. So this is the kind the communities today want to get insights into this data. Okay, so for the purpose of their achieving their own goals. So hence, data science and business analytics have become two of the most important buzzwords across service and product industries. So service industries are there, product industries are there. So we have the data science and business analytics. And I don't touch machine learning and I don't touch other things here because my focus is only on the data science and analytics. So data science and business analytics have become two most buzzing words basically. And what we do here, extract information. Under data science and business analytics, what we will do? Extract the information from the data, first level, then apply, then analyze, then evaluate, then make decisions. They are the most promising skills of the future. So in future, with this much data every day, reaching the world web or through emails or whatever, I mean, it's basically it can be private or public data, whatever it may be. So this is only public data. Private data, we don't know how much we capture in our cell phone, and we will delete after a few days. So that is not coming. That is not known to others. Okay. So other than that, this is a public data basically. So this is the most promising skills. If you have some skills in this area of analysis of this data to promote the business or service, to support the service industry and product industries, or even academics or scientific communities, you are the hot cake. So you have a place, and the future is data scientists and future is data analysts, and that is what is people say. Now, let us see the specializations of data in separately these terms. Data analytics. What is data analytics? I here give the definitions according to Wikipedia. It is a process of inspecting, cleansing, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of discovering useful information, informing conclusions, and supporting decision making. Ultimately, you are analyzing here. The name itself indicates that you are analyzing, you are trying to analyze the data in a meaningful way and to support the decision making administration in your organization or elsewhere. Okay. Then what is data mining? Data mining is a more technical word. So this is the ultimate, the outreach, the word which reaches outside. The output of this is here. It is the mining is a particular data analysis technique. So this data mining is a technical part of analysis. How you are able to inspect, how you are able to transform, how you are able to model, all those techniques, they come under the data mining. So you are mining the data and you don't know who has given that data. You may not be knowing how the totally, you may not be knowing what kind of administration is using the data, but your job is whether this given data is following Gaussian density function or not. Is it following linear? Can we model it linearly or non-linearly, or what kind of how many modes are there in the density functions? So that kind of discovery you are making. You're not inventing anything here. You're always discovering here. Okay. So that is what is data mining. Then, so here business intelligence. So this is another area specific area which focuses on it is again the data analysis only applied specifically certain domain, heavily on the aggregation and focusing mainly on the business information. In this case, we are not worried about the medical data. We are not about the academic data, purely for the purpose of doing the business. Okay. So this is, in fact, this is a part of data analytics only, one part. And data science. It is a particular data analysis techniques that focuses on statistical modeling. Yeah, please, you can see this definition. So this is the better one. So here, data science, it is an interdisciplinary field that uses the scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems. What is the purpose? To extract or extrapolate the knowledge and insights from noisy data. It is not clean data. It is not the data obtained from a scientific experiment. It is randomly collected through some transactions, online transactions like that. Noisy data. It may not be exactly pure. Okay. It is corrupted with some things, with artifacts and other things. And structured and unstructured data. So structured data means our relational databases used by computer science engineers. And unstructured data means audio, video, image, speech. It is something like big data basically. So it is called big data, and apply this knowledge from data across broad range of application domains. So you are going to here, additional thing is, you are more focusing on the scientific methods. You understood something. You can extrapolate knowledge now. You have insight into the data, whether it is structural or unstructural. Then whatever skills, knowledge and skills you obtain from this data, you are going to apply across different application domains. That is more important here. So data science means all these three. So it covers the data analytic techniques, okay, and it covers the applications. It covers the purification of the data. So useful form, converting the data into different form. This is where actually my course lecture is there. Lecture series is there. Basically, this is nothing but cleaning the data. Is only one part of that one. So major part of that one. This is called data wrangling or data mangling. So this is what is there. Is my original lecture series, and to understand this one, I should know the fundamentals, priorities, prerequisites. So this lecture is something like a prerequisite to understand my lecture series. Okay. Then data science is related to data mining, machine learning, and big data. So I don't touch this machine learning. I don't touch for the time being. Then data sources, where all this data comes from. Where is this data? A data, what is the definition of data source? First of all, a data source is the location where data that is being used originates from. So this is the location of data origin, where the data is recorded, where the data is acquired, whatever it may be, where this was experiment was conducted. So this is what is data source. A data source may be the initial location where the data is born, or where physical information is first digitized. It may be converted into digital form after transformation, or somebody else have tweaked into that one, slightly modified that data. Okay, and because why you are able to modify, you got some information out of that one, you felt that some data is unnecessary data, so remove that data, clean that data, and then digitize that data, keep it in the digital form so that it can be portable to transmit and store. Or the most refined data, probably you have already applied data analytics on this, you have arrived at some results. Those results are also data for further processing. Somebody else will take care of this data. Probably decision making people will take this data. They analyze in their own way using their own tools. Then what they will do, they will finally, they are the end users basically. The end users of all your research on this data and what you invented out of the data. So that is what is the, so it can be raw data which has originally originated from, or it can be some information, intermediate information which is derived from the data, or it can be most refined data. That means almost all processing is done, but still the results of that analysis is again data for next level of decision making, probably final decision making. Okay, so in that way, this is the data. So all these data sources can happen at any stage. That's what. So now a data source may be physically how it is appearing. How is a data source is a it should be tangible. Okay, so you should be physically realizable basically. So you have to store this one in a database or a flat file or live measurement from physical devices or scrapped web data or any of the myriad static and streaming data services. These all it can be available. It can be any type of this one. It can be a database already stored in the database, formatted database in a excellent way, and flat file just dump into the text file or some Excel sheet or some PDF file or some online JSON file or JSON file or some XML file or something like that. Okay, and it can be streaming data. It can be streaming like MP3 or some MP4 video, or it can be flash video, something like that. Okay, all the things. So this data source, these are the forms of database. Okay, how the data, in what forms this data is available, and then we have OLTP data. What is this OLTP data? Online transaction processing data. So whenever you order some item on Amazon, so Amazon website captures that. Amazon system, transaction system captures that data, stores that data, and processes that data from transactions in real time. So when you order some dress, I have ordered some dress last time on Amazon. Next time when I open, immediately, not only next time, the same transaction also within minutes, I see different kinds of garments, different kinds of clothes. It will show. So that it has. So whatever transactions I did in the last 3 months, or last 1 day, or last 1 hour, so it analyzes. So that is what it is do. So this is basically capturing the data. OLAP data means online data captured. So this is OLTP data. And each transaction involves individual database records made up of multiple fields or columns. Each transaction involves, for example, I am the individual, so my data, my record, my history of ordering the items are including my credit card are stored. The information is stored on the Amazon's portal. Okay. Then examples include banking and credit card activity or retail checkout scanning. This is what I told. Retail checkout means Amazon. So credit card activity means our banks, and all bank transactions are also like that. Then next one is OLAP data, online analytical processing. So this is, here you are doing some kind of analysis here. This analysis is involved. In the first case, data you acquired there, and afterwards you took some decision. Okay, acquiring the data. See, if you go back, acquiring this is data, that's all. After the data, all these things are processed later. Okay, so in fact, this OLAP data applies only to this first sentence. This data is used in this way. That is the meaning of this one. Okay, so these are not the definitions of this data. The definition is only this. Then OLAP data, again, definition is here. OLAP uses complex queries to analyze aggregated historical data from OLTP systems. These OLTP systems, they have captured the data. This OLAP system is basically backend. It analyzes the data, whatever captured by this system, and this again gives back as a feedback to the portal to display your trends and your favorites, all those things. Okay. Then here, OLAP applies complex queries to large amounts of historical data aggregated from these databases. I think same thing is repeating here. For data mining, analytical and business intelligence projects. In OLAP, the emphasis is on the response time to these complex queries. So you should be this second process, this system. It is very important to respond very fast. Okay. So because immediately the faster you have, they have the more business, because you are tempting the customer with the different options which you are looking for. You have purchased one book in certain area and they will make you to buy same day maybe 5 to 10 books on the same topic. Okay, different authors they will show, different publishers they will show, all those things. So all these things should happen before the customer leaves the Amazon website or some kind of Flipkart website or any kind of thing. Okay, so it should be very fast here in this case. Then OLAP databases and data warehouses give analysts and decision makers the ability to use customer reporting tools to turn data into information. So whatever customers have, we have ordered some items. That is the data. You have given your address, you have given quantity, you have ordered, one day delivery or with Prime membership or not, or with with credit card or all those things you have given about you. Okay. So this decision makers. So I read it again. Give analysts and decision makers ability to use customer reporting tools to turn data into information. This is the customer reporting tools. They use some tools and very fast they analyze. They get back to the front end to take decision to help the decision making people. And basically even decision making also here, it is not somebody will come and tell you. It is basically automated, totally automated, and they will be displayed to you directly. So with this, I think I have given some introduction to the data and different wings of data related specializations. And first, I summarize here. I have the data and information. I have defined what is data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. I talked something about the pyramid. That means the relation among these 4 domains and the kind of data available in real time in the world, and specializations of study. Specializations of the study of this data, like data science, mining, analytics, something like that. And then where this data comes from and what different kinds of data. Again, these are 2 important things. That's why I specifically focused on these 2. So I think with this, you will be easily able to understand my lecture on data wrangling with Python. Okay. Thank you for your patience.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.